We move through life wearing labels: mother, partner, leader, artist. These labels help us navigate our roles and responsibilities, giving us a sense of identity and purpose. They help us navigate, but what happens when we strip them away? When we remove these labels, who are we at our core? When the job title fades, the children grow, or relationships shift, who remains? What is left when the external markers of our identity are no longer there? This question lingers in the background, quietly unsettling. It's a question that can make us feel vulnerable and uncertain. We're used to defining ourselves by what we do, by success, productivity, and approval. These external validations often shape our self-worth, but can we name our values without tying them to achievements? Can we understand who we are without the accolades and accomplishments? The real journey begins when we step into the discomfort of not knowing, when we stop performing and start listening. It's about embracing the silence and the space to truly hear ourselves. Our identity isn't a fixed point or a hidden treasure to be found. It's not something static or unchanging. It's something we create day by day through our choices and our courage. Every decision, every action, shapes who we are becoming. The stories we tell ourselves about who we're supposed to be are powerful, but are they really ours? Are they narratives we've chosen or ones we've inherited? Often we're living out scripts handed to us by family, culture, or circumstance. These scripts can limit us, confining us to roles that don't truly fit. The shift comes when we get brave enough to ask, who am I when I'm not trying to please or prove, when we let go of the need for external validation? What if our identity is a work in progress, not a finished product? What if it's something we continuously shape and redefine? This perspective moves us from passive recipients to active creators of our lives. It empowers us to take ownership of our journey. It's about daring greatly, not for the world, but for ourselves. It's about finding the courage to be authentic. The real work is cultivating a relationship with the person we are when no one is watching. It's about being true to ourselves in our most private moments. It's about questioning the stories, rewriting the scripts, and embracing the mystery. It's about allowing ourselves to evolve and grow. Our identity is not a problem to solve, but a mystery to live. It's an ongoing journey of discovery. So let's begin by asking, who am I really? And let's be open to whatever answers we might find. We talk about finding ourselves, as if our true self is a fixed entity waiting to be discovered. We imagine it as a hidden treasure, buried deep within, just waiting for the right moment to be unearthed. But neuroscience tells a different story. Our brains are not static. They're plastic, constantly rewiring in response to experience. This means that every interaction, every new piece of information, and every challenge we face can reshape our neural pathways. Every new thought, every learned skill, subtly reshapes who we are. The brain's adaptability is a testament to our potential for growth and change. The self isn't a noun, it's a verb, a process of becoming. We are always in the act of becoming something new, something more. Yesterday's bravery or compassion must be chosen again today. Each day presents a new opportunity to redefine ourselves through our actions and choices. There's no final version of you, just the ongoing practice of showing up. It's about being present and making conscious decisions that align with who we aspire to be. This can feel unsettling, but it's also liberating. The idea that we are not fixed allows us to embrace change and growth without fear. If we're not just the way we are, we have the power to change. We can actively shape our destiny and redefine our identity. We can learn patience, resilience, empathy. These qualities are not innate, they are cultivated through practice and intention. Our worst moments don't define us. They're just chapters, not the whole story. Each mistake is a lesson, a stepping stone towards a better version of ourselves. Understanding our brain's fluidity lets us release shame and embrace growth. We can forgive ourselves and move forward with a renewed sense of purpose. We're not prisoners of our past. Our history does not dictate our future. The stories we tell about ourselves can be rewritten. We hold the pen, and we can choose to write a narrative of hope and possibility. Identity is not about uncovering a hidden core, but about choosing, moment by moment, who we want to be. Each decision, no matter how small, contributes to the larger picture of our lives. The brain's plasticity is our invitation to evolve. It's a reminder that we are always capable of growth and transformation. We can let go of certainty and embrace the freedom to grow. The unknown is not something to fear, but something to welcome. The self is always in motion. Like a river, we are constantly flowing, changing, and evolving. Our greatest freedom lies in this uncertainty. It is in the unknown that we find our true potential. We can start writing new chapters, right now. The future is a blank page, and we have the power to fill it with our dreams and aspirations. Our identity is built from within, shaped and reshaped over time by the forces that move beneath the surface of our daily lives. At the core, three powerful elements, mind, emotion, and perception, work together to form the foundation of who we are. The mind is our storyteller, weaving experiences into a narrative about who we are. It's constantly interpreting, analyzing, and making sense of the world, even when we're not aware of it. Often it runs on autopilot, repeating old scripts we've never questioned, replaying memories and assumptions that may no longer serve us. Emotions are not interruptions, they're data, offering insight into our needs and fears. They are signals, guiding us toward what matters most. Feeling shame signals a fear of disconnection. Belonging signals safety. Every emotion, even the uncomfortable ones, has a message to deliver. Suppressing emotions cuts us off from self-knowledge. When we ignore or numb our feelings, we lose touch with our inner compass. Learning to feel and get curious about our emotions is essential. It's the first step toward understanding ourselves and building resilience. Perception is our lens on the world, coloring every experience. It filters reality, shaping what we notice and how we interpret events. Two people can live the same event, but their perceptions create different realities. Our unique perspectives are shaped by our histories and beliefs. Our beliefs and past experiences shape what we see and how we interpret it. The stories we tell ourselves become the filter for our world. These three, mind, emotion, perception, form a feedback loop. Thoughts trigger emotions, emotions color perception, perception reinforces thoughts. This cycle can keep us stuck or help us grow. Becoming aware of this loop is transformative. It's the key to breaking free from old patterns and opening up to new possibilities. We can challenge our mind's stories, listen to our emotions, and shift our perception. With practice, we can choose how we respond, not just react. Instead of being shaped unconsciously, we become collaborators in our own creation. We can shape our identity with intention and care. This is where authenticity begins. When we know ourselves, we can show up fully in the world. The real work is noticing the loop and choosing to intervene. It's a daily practice, a commitment to self-awareness and growth. We can rewrite our stories, honor our feelings, and learn to trust our inner wisdom. With each new perspective, we see the world with new eyes, open to wonder and possibility. Identity is not fixed. It's a dynamic interplay, always evolving as we learn, grow, and connect with others. This awareness is the foundation for an authentic life, one that is lived with intention, courage, and compassion. Our first identity blueprints are drawn in the family. As children, we learn what earns love and what brings disapproval. These lessons become the unspoken rules we live by. Family systems teach us about worth, whether it's inherent or conditional. We learn how to handle emotions. Are they welcomed or shamed? These early scripts shape our adult lives, often without our awareness. Roles like the smart one or the peacemaker can become lifelong armor. But as we grow, these roles may no longer fit. Recognizing family conditioning isn't about blame, it's about understanding. Compassion for our younger selves is key. Only then can we redraw our blueprints and build a life that fits who we are now. The first step is awareness, the next is conscious change. School is our next major shaper. We learn to measure worth by grades and external validation. Certain talents are valued, others overlooked. We perform for approval, sometimes at the cost of curiosity. Social dynamics teach us what's acceptable and what to hide. Education can steer us away from our inner authority. Reclaiming our story means questioning these definitions of success. True growth is about becoming the arbiter of our own worth. Culture and media saturate us with stories about success, beauty, and worth. These narratives seep in, shaping our desires and beliefs. Media shows us curated realities, fueling comparison and inadequacy. Cultural scripts tell us what's normal and what's not. When we don't fit, we feel other. The key is to become a conscious consumer, questioning who tells these stories and what values they promote. We can reject narratives that don't serve us and seek out those that resonate. This is an act of liberation. Sometimes our carefully constructed identity starts to unravel. It might be a quiet discontent or a major life crisis. The roles we've played no longer fit, the stories fall apart. We realize our self is a patchwork of family, school, and culture. This unraveling is scary, but it's also a breakthrough. It's a chance to dig deep and ask, is this belief really mine? The process is messy and uncertain, but it's the path to authenticity. It's not about destroying ourselves, but shedding what no longer serves. We let go of who we think we should be, to make space for who we truly are. The demolition is necessary before we can build something real. This is the work of daring greatly. Authenticity isn't about finding a hidden core. It's about choosing to show up, every day, as ourselves. We are the authors of our own lives, not bound by old scripts. Our past shapes us, but doesn't define us. The power lies in making choices aligned with our values. Start by clarifying what matters most: kindness, courage, connection. Listen to your emotions, challenge old stories, set boundaries, offer yourself compassion when you stumble. The self is a lifelong project, always under construction. There's no final product, only the ongoing work of becoming. Living with an open heart is the path to a wholehearted life. This journey is available to all of us, right now. The choice is yours. Who will you become? I was born into a world that tried to define me, a system that told me who I was, what to feel, and how to think. It was a matrix, not made of wires and code, but of expectations, routines, and beliefs. School, media, even religion, all shaping a version of me that never quite felt real. But that old self, the one I wore like a mask, it couldn't be fixed. It was never meant to be. The pain, the shame, the broken parts, I realized they weren't mine to carry forever. The old man had to die. When I look at the cross, I see more than sacrifice. I see my old identity, my failures, my fears, crucified with Yahusha. Not just my sins, but the programmed mind, the wounded soul, the person I thought I had to be. Then, the impossible happened. Out of darkness, light broke through. The old was buried and something new began to rise. I stepped out of the grave, not fixed, but reborn. I saw him as he truly is, and in that revelation I began to change. Transformation isn't just a moment, it's a journey. My mind is being renewed, my heart healed. Sometimes I still walk through dark nights, but I don't walk alone. Each step I'm leaving behind the false self and becoming who I was always meant to be. Now I stand in the light. I carry a new name. I am a new creation, crowned with purpose, walking beside others who shine with the same hope. I'm not just believing, I am being transformed. If anyone is in Messiah, he is a new creation. The old is passed away. Behold, all things are made new.